Hey guys, today I'm going to attempt to make kind of a poor man's cooling fan controller. I had kind of an idea after we did the 7-volt conversion on the fans to quiet them down, to be able to use a 3-way switch to be able to switch them back and forth from 12 volt to 7 volt so that a person wouldn't have to open up their case and do it. Sometimes if you're overclocking or maybe doing some heavy gaming where you want a little more airflow through the case, you might want to be able to switch your fans back to 12 volt to get the air flowing, and then most of the rest of the time when you want it just quiet, you can switch it back over to 7 volt to slow the fans down. But we're going to see if this is going to work. I just took 320 millimeter fans. First thing I did was just strip the wires on them all. We're going to hook all our reds together and all of our blacks together, and we're going to wire this up into the switch to see if we can control them this way. Okay, we have it all wired up. I'm just using a female Molex connector to plug it into the Molex line. We have the power supply jump started and running. 3-position fan in the middle position. It's going to be off. That's an advantage to some of the cheaper fan controllers, is that they don't actually have an off position for the fan. They just have like a low to high. So we're going to flip the switch one way here. This is the 12 volt position, so the fans are running at full speed here. If you can make that out, they're pushing about 2 to 2 1/4 inches there. Now we're going to flip this fan over to the 7 volt position. You can see they're pushing just about an inch there. All 3 fans are running. Speed them back up here. So you can run multiple fans with this. The nice advantage to it is not having to open up your case every time you want to switch the fans around, or if you want to switch between, performance mode and whisper mode. This switch itself costs about $5 at the hardware store. Fairly simple setup. I'll show you here how to wire it. Okay, the wiring to do this is actually fairly simple. All of them red wires, your power wires to the fan that we had taped together. We're just running that to the 12 volt, the yellow, on the Molex. I removed the other ground right next to the 12 volt, just simply because we weren't using it, and then tapped into the 5 volt red and the ground next to the 5 volt. See if I can get a better view of this. Basically the 12 volt's going to run right to the fans. The only thing that we need to run through the switch is that ground wire and the 5 volt. So we have all of our negatives, our blacks, from the fans going out of the switch in the center position. And then we just hook up the 5 volt positive on one side of it, and then the negative on the other side of it. So when I flip the switch one way, like if I switch it over this way, it's going to make a connection between the 5 volt and the grounds, and that's going to force our 7 volt circuit. In the center position, it's off because this center one isn't going to touch either one of them. And then when I flip it over the other way, that's going to run it in 12 volt because it's just going to run a standard ground all the way through and our positive. So that's going to be our full speed position, then our off position, and then our 7 volt position. But actually the wiring's fairly simple. You will want to make sure that you solder them, butt connector them, tape them up, shrink wrap them, whatever, keep them from touching. You don't want any of these guys touching and causing any shorts. But I just took one of the female Molexes off of one of the fans and cut the wires off and used that to wire it in. I just use these little short wires for now just to bench test it and show you how to do it, but you could certainly add a couple feet of wire or whatever you might need to get it in your case where you want to plug in on your Molex. But basically that's a nice simple way to make a cheap fan controller. It's actually probably a little better than a fan controller even, because it is dropping it down to the 7 volts for you, and it does have the off position. And for $5 you can control all your fans with just the one switch, and you don't have to pay shipping. You don't have to wait for days for it to come. These are available at any hardware store. Any automotive store is going to have a 3-position switch. I'm sure Home Depot, any place like that's probably going to have them. Very common switch. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you.